Hello everyone. Welcome to the Fostex T50RP headphones that we have here today. And first off, before I say anything, I have to apologize to my Panasonic RP HD10s. Why? Because they have been dethroned. It has been dethroned, and this is the new king of clarity. I used to go to my Panasonic RP HD10s for all the clarity. They're the best, the most clear, the clearest headphones, but not anymore. If you want the best clarity in the songs you listen to, you want to hear that tiny detail, these are it. Planar magnetic Fostex T50RPs. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about build quality first. Are these built well? I would say yes, built quite well, because they don't rattle, they don't have any plastic creaks and funny noises. They are pretty solid. And you might notice how I have rubber bands here, and that's for very good reason. These metal arms, which I just think look amazing, this titanium gray finish, these metal arms, they will slide a lot. So when I'm putting my headphones away or I'm putting my headphones on, then they will slide around, and then when I put them on my head again, I have to readjust them. So that is a drag. And so of course I put these ghetto way of fixing it, this ghetto fix on it, and now they work perfectly. Whenever I put them on and take them off, they just stay where they should be. So are they built well? Yes, although there are some exceptions. The audio input, the jack here, is twisted on, so you can twist it on and off and lock it in place after you just twist it sideways and you pull it out, so it stays securely in there. And that's a good thing if you always pull your wire out and you want to just have it stay in there, I guess. So that's that. And this is a very cool color combination. I think it appears red, but it's actually a bright orange wire, and bright orange wires from the ear cups to the other side. So if you like black and orange, then these are great. Oh, and I have it connected to my DAC cam, the Fostex HPA4, and a review of that is coming up later. But just a quick tip. If you have the Fostex HPA4 DAC amp and you also have these, and you are wondering if this will power this efficiently, you have nothing to worry about. You think just because this is USB powered, then it's not going to have enough juice for this. You'll have enough juice. You have to turn the dial up a little bit more or press the high gain button, but this will be perfectly fine. So that answers your question. You're welcome. All right, moving on. About comfort. Now, I have seen a lot of people complain about the comfort of these headphones, and I can see their point. The ear pads on these are extremely thin, and I mean, if you can see that, I don't even need to reach in. I just put my finger on there, and there I've reached the end. It's not that deep. And if you have big ears that are just protruding out the side of your head a lot, then yes, they're going to be uncomfortable. And well, I shouldn't criticize, because maybe I just really flat ears. Maybe I have extremely flat ears, and I find them quite comfortable. I can wear them for 1-2 hours at a time and not feel sore. 3-4 hours are going to be a bit of a problem, but a couple hours, no problem. And there's a little bit of cushion on top, so that's always a plus. If these are uncomfortable, you can change the pads, and that will improve the comfort significantly. And I recommend you do so if these are hurting your ears, because these sound great and should be worn and used. Although there is a caveat to that. The sound quality also changes significantly, and arguably not in a good way when you change the ear pads. So it's a trade-off. I've changed the ear pads on these, and they do improve the comfort by quite a bit. But the sound, the changes in the sound that also happens when you swap out the ear pads is unpleasant to me. And so I'd rather use the stock pads and have the sound that Fostex designed these pair of headphones for. They do sound amazing, and we'll get to that in a minute. It's just, if these are uncomfortable for you, then change the pads, yes. But the sound will also change. So it's up to you. Personally, I don't mind the slight discomfort of the stock pads. I can wear them for a couple hours, and the sound is just amazing. So that's why I kept the stock pads on there. But of course, your mileage may vary. Change out the equipment, the parts, as to fitting your needs. Anyways, I talked too much about build and comfort. Let's move on to the sound. And these are amazing in almost every way I can't think of really a flaw on these headphones, other than, well, there's the sliding arms that I've mentioned before. And also there's another flaw that was, oh yes, how hard it is to drive. Not to worry, USB powered DAC amp, no problems. Maybe not off your phone. Maybe you can't drive this off your phone sufficiently, but USB powered DAC amp, no problem. Maybe if you have a dedicated power to the DAC amp that you have, then that would be even better. But I wouldn't worry too much about the impedance on this pair of headphones. They will work fine. Unless you want it extremely loud, then you'll need something with a dedicated power supply. Sound. These have a very fun sounding signature. I don't know exactly how to describe it. The bass is slightly elevated. The highs are very, very clear and detailed. But the mids are not recessed. You don't feel like you're missing out on anything when you're listening to this pair of headphones. Everything seems to stand out. Well, unless you're a bass head, these won't satisfy you. They don't have a crazy amount of bass. They won't give you that boom, boom, surround bass kind of feel. But you know it's there. The bass will definitely be provided. The highs are extremely clear. Have I said that too many times already? The mids are very detailed. It's just detailed. That's why these have dethroned my Panasonic RP-HD10s, because the amount of detail that these provide is just spectacular. I'm quite frankly amazed at how much detail these provide, because I've never heard something like this before. And this is not that expensive. You can have much more expensive headphones than this pair, but man, this is a fun pair of headphones. And you will not be disappointed as long as you have something that can sufficiently drive it with. I just don't use a very cheap smartphone to drive it. Then I think you'll be very happy with this. Because maybe it's because it's planar magnetic. It's very fast. It delivers that sound very quickly. And maybe because of this, it also provides the details very efficiently, very swiftly. So you feel like you're getting more with the same period of time. Nothing is smudged. Nothing is just blurring into each other. No, this is very separated and yet so fun. How can something be so well separated and still sound so musical and romantic? It's hard to describe. I can only just say that this pair of headphones will give you the kind of clarity, the kind of excitement, and the speed that you're looking for. And all for a good price. And well built too. Oh, one bad thing I forgot to mention. The orange cable is great. The short cable is great. It works perfectly. The black cable, the long cable that came with this pair of headphones is just trash. It's just rubbish. I'm sorry to say. I don't like calling things trash, especially when they're just brand new. But they came and I tried them on, and they just don't work. I plugged it in using the black cable, and boom, left channel gone. There is no left channel. Left channel is just a myth. There's only the right channel when you use that cable. So something brand new that came with the headphones and doesn't work right out of the box, that's a big no-no. So there's that. Just use that as a rope to tie your daily supplies with or something. So overall, these headphones are great. They are the king of clarity in my book now, in my collection. And although they are not as efficient, or the impedance is a bit high, these overall are great sounding and fun sounding, clear sounding. So, well, that's all, folks. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to reply to them in good time. Thank you, and take care.